All right, so now we have two parts that we are going to try to connect to make sure that everything's fitting. So we're going to do what's called an assembly. If you don't have parts, let's review how to do that. So I'm actually going to delete my extrusions and I'm work with my sketches. So make sure these are separate sketches, okay, not on the same sketch. Okay, so sketch 1, sketch 2, you might have them even on different documents, right? Different tabs, I should say, right? So what you want to do is hit the extrude function and then click on the inside of your shape. Okay, and then if you have it them both up, you can click on both of them. Now, if you noticed, it's really thick. I'm going to go back in and edit that. So if you mess up and extrude it too thick, you can right click and edit and change it to 125 thousandths of an inch, 0.125. That's approximately the thickness of the wood. Okay. Now we're going to do what's called an assembly. So we're going to click on the plus sign, create assembly. And we're going to hit insert. And you have to choose your correct parts. I have a lot of parts here. You will not have so many parts. I think mine was this one right here, low base original. Okay, I'm going to hit the check mark. And these parts are separate. Notice I can hold down and move them. What we want to do is fix one of the parts after we get it into position. I'm going to choose the front view, click on the base, and use this little circular icon to rotate it 90 degrees. You can just rotate it a little bit, type in 90 and hit enter, and then hit the check mark. I'm left click in white space. All right, now I've rotated 90 degrees. I actually need to rotate it again. So I'm going to look from the isometric perspective. Okay, I'm going to click on it, and there's a lot going on here. It might be easier to look at from the right view. And we want to get that circle again and rotate it down 90 degrees. Again, if you can't get it exactly on 90, you can always just type in 90 and hit enter. And then left click in white space. And I'm holding down my right button now to navigate, to take a look at it. So what did I just do? I'm going to go to isometric perspective. This is kind of how I'm going to build my car with my base oriented as shown right here. So now I'm going to select my profile piece and pull it up, and I'm going to go to the front view, click on it, rotate 90 degrees, and then I'm going to use the square to kind of get it into position. Okay, it looks like I don't want to get it all the way in, I'm going to get close. Click white space, hold down my right button. Okay, I want to drag it forward. I could click on it and I could use this arrow to slide it forward. To see better where it is, it's best to use the right view to make sure I'm putting it in the right spot. And I'm just trying to get it close. Okay, there we go. Left click. Now I can go back to isometric and take a look at it. So I need to insert these pieces. I need to connect them. I don't know if I think the car is facing the wrong direction. So I actually need to rotate it 180 degrees looking from the top. So I'm going to click on the front face or the side profile. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. 180, enter. Click. Now let's go back to isometric. I feel like it's still facing the wrong way. Maybe I messed up. Let's try that again. I'm going to rotate from this perspective. 180, 180, enter. Okay, that's correct. Click, and use this arrow to drag it forward. All right, click on the white space. So I have no tools on right now. I'm just holding it on my right button to take a look at it. I'm going to zoom in, make a connection here. So this surface should be flush with this skinny surface right here. I'm going to connect this corner to this corner. So we're going to do something called a fastened mate. I'm going to select this surface right here. I'm going to click left click once, and then I'm going to go get this little I forgot what this thing is called, mate connector, right? Now notice the orientation of the circle and the blue axis is facing outward, okay? So we want it looking like that. And I want to make sure that this side that I'm connecting to is the same. So I'm going to click once. Whoops, it already fastened it. I didn't mean to do that, so I can come up here to my connections and delete them and start over. Let's try that again. Fasten mate. I want this little white dot with this corner right here. Okay, that's actually incorrect. Let's take the check mark. It's actually, I should have chosen the bottom corner. So let's undo that. So how do you do that? You go to what you've done, fastened, and you right click and delete it. I don't know what this is. Let's try it one more time. So I just deleted it so it's free to move. Maybe I want to position it exactly where it needs to go. So let's, it really jumped. So let's try to position it. I want it kind of near where it's going to go. Okay, let's take a look at it from the front view. Okay, it's pretty close. I can, looks like it should be over here. Let's get it as close as we can. Okay, now let's try to connect it. Make connector. Let's go with this bottom corner with this bottom corner over here. That looks good. Okay. Now, if you notice, the car seems a little bit tilted. Okay? That might be how your design is, and that's fine as long as your axles can connect and as long as your wheels touch the ground. It's fine. This part of the car might actually be lower than this part of the car. Not a huge problem. What I see as a potential problem in my design right now is that this base is going to be very close to where my axle is. So I don't know if this was a great choice to do a low base. Maybe I should have had the base up high and had my axles pointed down. You might have to laser cut your parts out of cardboard and assemble it in order to figure out that it needs to be modified.